Welcome to Parenting Unscripted. I am your host, Katie Collett. I'm so glad that you are joining us today. Thank you to Norfolk Public Schools for sponsoring this episode. Today's episode, we are focused on the dad. So whether that's a bio dad, a single dad, a stepdad, a granddad, you're a dad, we're talking about you. And it's going to be a really fun chat today because we have a very special guest, Mr. Joseph Brown, who has created a nonprofit called No Days Off Dads. He's still working to get that off the ground. So we want to be able to share a little about your story. Joseph, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for taking the time. I know that you drove into Portsmouth from Newport News today. So hopefully the trip was smooth sailing for you.
Yes, it was.
Excellent.
No traffic.
That's what a dream, right?
Yes.
My goodness. Well, let's tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. Let's talk about your family. How many kids you have?
I have two kids, a soon-to-be 11-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter.
Oh, congratulations. Those are, my husband and I always laugh and we say that every single age for children is a phase. There's always a new phase. What would you say is your favorite phase for your children? And is it different for a boy than a girl?
100%.
Yeah.
100% different. I enjoy, they're still young. Yes. So I haven't gotten to the rough patches. Mm-hmm. I didn't see the terrible twos, thank God.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Yes, my children are blessings, truly blessings. I miss that 3 to 5, just curiosity, creativity, and just openness.
Yeah, it really is. I find that it's so freeing when you have children, and it really opens your eyes to remind you of all of the things that are amazing that you kind of forgot were amazing, right?
Yes.
I know when my son would go to the playground and he is on those swings and you get your child on a swing and they're giggling, you're like, that's right. Swinging is so much fun.
Yes. Yeah. I've gotten on the swings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
And the slides.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, we're doing it for the kids. We're kind of doing it for ourselves too, though, aren't we?
100%. 100%.
They kind of bring you back to being a kid yourself.
I think they allow us to give ourselves permission to.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I agree with that. I think that is so very true. And you told me earlier that you moved to this area from New York. How long have you been living here?
Since 2013.
Okay.
So I've been here for a while.
Mm-hmm. What made you decide to stay?
Family.
Yep.
Not just biological, the family that I've created and found out here. It's when they say Virginia's for lovers, I don't think they mean just relationships. Yeah. I think Virginia, for me, Virginia has a warm embrace. Yeah. And I felt it as soon as I got here. I've traveled here for summers to spend some time with family members. Right. And I've always enjoyed my time here. And
don't you find there's so much to do?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah, I say that if you're bored here, it's your own fault.
100%. I come from New York, where it's the city that doesn't sleep. Yeah. But there's always something to do in Virginia, and a lot of the times it's free.
Yeah, free. That's my favorite price, good sir. There's 100%. No doubt about it. Let's talk now about No Days Off Dad. So we know that you have been here for a while. You're a father of 2. Tell people, because a lot of folks have not heard about this yet because you're really still getting it off the ground and we want to be able to get the word out. Tell us about the organization. So share some of those details.
So No Days Off Dads is really the community that I've been looking for. Yeah. I've joined a few fatherhood programs. Most of them have mainly focused on new dads. Mm-hmm. Or certain situations, but there isn't a community for all the dads. Right. And so that's what No Days Off Dads is. It's the community where dads can be themselves and learn, grow, and have camaraderie.
And tell me a little bit about when you're saying, not just new dads, take us through like who all do you want to really enjoy and participate in the programs?
if do you have a child? Then come on.
Yep.
Stepdads, grandfathers, empty nesters, single dads, married fathers, dog dads.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
Bring it on into the brotherhood, and that'll be a good thing.
Yes.
When on your website, it tells dads to clock in. And I have to say, Joseph designed this website himself. I'm so impressed. It is a beautiful website, and it's really clear, shows everyone what they need to do. And it kind of comes from a sporty aspect, because you're telling dads to clock in because you're a dad, you never get to clock out. What happens when they do clock in? What will they find?
So clocking in is about showing up.
Yeah.
Do you remember, I don't know if you remember old school punch cards?
Oh, yes.
So that's where the idea came from. For me, it was a visual thing. Mm-hmm. Every day, no matter where I am, what I'm doing, whether my kids are there or not, I'm being a dad always. So clocking in is about commitment, right. Showing up for your kids, for yourselves, and for those around you.
What made you realize that dads really need a resource like this?
The struggles of being a co-parent and not really having a place to go, to an outlet to express certain things or to get guidance, to work through things. I haven't found anything. So I'm trying to build it.
If you can't find it, sometimes you have to build it yourself.
100%.
That is a great idea. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk more about No Days Off Dads, your goal for the organization, and how it's going to really, I have no doubt, improve the lives of dads throughout the area. So we will be right back. You stay with us.
Whether you're already working in education or aspiring to, then say yes to NPS. Norfolk Public Schools are currently hiring in the following positions. NPS offers the highest salaries and sign-on bonuses in Hampton Roads, plus a work lifestyle you'll love. Say yes to NPS.
Welcome back to Parenting Unscripted. I am your host, Katie Collett, and once again joined by Joseph Brown of No Days Off Dads. We are having a fantastic conversation about supporting fathers throughout not just Hampton Roads, but really across the country, which is a big goal and it's so important. So, Joseph, when you created No Days Off Dads, you wanted to be able, you said, to offer more support to dads of all ages, no matter what stage of parenting they're in. Do you feel like dads really get the support they need to be successful dads?
Most of the time, no.
And why do you say that?
Because again, my struggle when I was looking for guidance and even mental health services, it's been a struggle to find therapists and different types of organizations that understand co-parenting situations and even understand fatherhood.
Right. Because you do want to do well as a co-parent, your kids come first, obviously, and you want to do well by them. I think it's so nice, though, I feel like in this day and age, to hear dads and to just hear parents in general even speak about therapy. I think that's a huge step in the right direction right there, that, hey, there's a lot of people do it. And it's 100%. A great help, right?
100%.
Through your organization, would you be able to help dads possibly get in contact with, have the connections that they need to maybe take that step?
Well, that's what we're building now. Yeah. We're trying to get these connections and build up the support system that I've been looking for.
Yeah. So anybody watching this show, if you can help Joseph with that, reach on out to them. We'll make sure that they can get all the contact information for you that they need to make that happen. I really do love, well, first of all, did you ever think that you would create something like this?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I had my mind wrapped around fixing cars for the rest of my life. I was certified automotive repair technician.
Yeah.
I've also worked at a school in New York called Children's Village, where they had all kinds of students. The youngest student was 4 years old. The oldest student was 21.
Wow.
At the time, I was 23, way before I was a parent.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from that job at the school and working with children.
Yeah.
It changed me in my understanding of what it would take to be a parent. It made me understand the importance of parenting way before I was a parent.
Right. I mean, you'd be such a great resource already, for dads. Even, I guess, even before kind of you became a dad because of the experience that you had at that school. That's amazing. I want to read your mission on the website because it says, we are committed to building a supportive and educational community that empowers fathers to be actively present in their children's lives every day. Our mission is to provide resources, guidance, and camaraderie to help dads navigate the challenges of parenthood and cultivate strong, lasting relationships with children. It's such a powerful statement, and I do really feel like we're seeing more examples, of dads being involved in their children's lives, from whether that be changing diapers to, you see dads now. It's cool to see dads carrying the baby on the front, right? Did you do all those things?
Yes, ma'am.
How does it feel to be a dad who, does that stuff and can really be involved?
It feels great. I see it more. When my son was first born, I didn't see it. But when my co-parent brought home the carrying case,
right,
I wanted to. And I used to get frustrated a lot going to the store or doing anything as a family or with the kids, because a lot of people used to come up to me and say, thank you, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And I would get frustrated and annoyed, but it showed me that they weren't seeing it. A lot of dads would come up to me and say, thank you for doing what you're doing. So now seeing more men, I go and acknowledge them and say, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. It's good for the kids to see.
It is. That's huge. I mean, really, for little boys to see men loving their children in public by simply carrying them and having them on their chest, or, they see a dad carrying the diaper bag into the restroom to change that diaper. A little boy can be like, oh, okay, well, this is what we're supposed to do.
I honestly even get a little frustrated now when I walk into, thank God I don't have to change diapers anymore.
Right. Amen. Speak it.
But I get frustrated when I walk into a men's bathroom and I don't see the changing station. One of the things that I share with mothers, is we get it now.
Yeah.
We get it. We understand. We're not our fathers or men of the past. We understand, and we're here.
Yeah. And let's dive right into a little further about what you said, about kids watching and, dads are here. Your site says, there are so many great quotes on this site. I could just post them on an inspiration board. But it says, this is an orientation. You're already on the job. And then you go on to say the boss, that little one, is always watching. And I think it's so important to remember that our kids see everything. What do you really want to teach dads about that, and how to, present themselves and understand your little one's watching you no matter what you do, your reactions?
I remember growing up that being told, do as I say, not as I do.
Oh, yeah.
And as a parent, that doesn't sit right.
Yeah.
It's what sits well for me is do as I do. I'm the example. If I need to change my behavior, I'm going to do it. I'm going to lead by example because you're watching. And kids, especially the little ones, they will tell you about yourself.
They'll tell you everything. They'll tell you everything about yourself.
and that I've learned, I learned just as much from my kids as I feel I may be teaching them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important, to keep your eye open to learning from them. It's a reciprocation thing.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. Have you found that, you know, as a dad, the way that you may have reacted to situations before you became a dad were different than how you reacted as a father because you knew the kids were around and they could see it?
I was the best parent before I had children.
Aren't we all, sir?
Ooh. Ooh. Part of my parenting style is I allow the kids to check me.
Yeah.
Say, I disagree. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate and explain? And then I make sure that they repeat it back in your own words. Tell me that you understand in your own words. It's being able to explain yourself is very important.
It's huge. I love that we live in a day and age now where, you know, we're teaching our kids to say, you know, when you said that, it made me feel this way. And then as a parent, you can kind of take a step back and say, oh, well, that was not my intent. And you understand through their eyes how to word something better or how to approach it with a different mindset. And I think that that's such a special connection that we get to have with our kids now because, you know, there've just been so many advances in watching other parents and learning from what they have done. I have so much more to talk to you about, and we are going to get into all of it in just a couple of minutes. So stick around, and we will be right back with Joseph Brown to talk about No Days Off Dads. Welcome back to Parenting Unscripted. I am your host, Katie Collett, still joined by the wonderful Joseph Brown of No Days Off Dads. We have been having a wonderful conversation about the organization that he just created, is still working to get off the ground, and it's really about helping dads see one another and help them fully understand all different stages from the beginning of parenting all the way through being a grandparent. So let us talk about the fact that on your site, yet again, I'm going to quote it because there are so many great things. You say this club isn't for perfect parents. It's a brotherhood built on effort, growth, and community. How do you plan to show up for each other through this organization to be able to help dads understand, like, you know, it's okay to not be perfect?
By doing showing up.
Yeah.
Sharing our struggles, sharing our wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the thing that has helped me the most.
Yeah.
Is random conversations with other dads or friends and them sharing a struggle or a victory. That gives me the motivation to keep pushing through tough times or to seek out different ways to do things.
How important, Joseph, do you think it is for dads to understand you don't have to be perfect?
It is very important.
Yeah.
I used to stress myself out about doing anything before my kids were born.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be the perfect parent.
Yeah.
But I realized it doesn't matter. Presence.
Yes.
Presence is the only thing that matters. They don't care about anything other than seeing you.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Love and being there is perfection in itself. For
Exactly.
Sure. What kind of events do you plan to hold for dads? What are you hoping for?
Everything. Outdoor events, indoor events, sporting events.
Yeah.
I'll share one of the struggles I had and still struggle.
Yeah.
Is doing my daughter's hair.
Oh, yeah.
So I would love to take a class where I can learn how to do braiding, because watching a YouTube video, it doesn't help all the time. You have to be there and put your hands in things. So to have a class where men can learn how to do the daughter's hair and
That's brilliant.
all of that kind of stuff.
I know there are going to be a lot of little girls out there saying, yes, please. And it is so important to have that hands-on experience so you can be like, wait, am I doing this right? And the person can be in the room there saying, yes or no, or just little guidance here and there.
Feedback, yes.
Yeah. And that really builds your confidence as a parent as well, if you know that you're doing something right by your
100%.
kids. Yeah, I think that's a great plan. Is this something too where, you want to have events where the dads can bring their children, or are you trying to focus on dads having dad time?
Both.
Okay.
I would like to do kid-friendly, family-friendly events, and seminars or different classes where men can learn to grow and to learn to do different things.
So how can people join No Days Off Dads?
Right now, the best way is the website, nodaysoff.com, nodaysoffdads.com.
Okay.
Join and clock in with us. Right now, we're still building,
Yes.
but we're collecting names and reaching out.
And you said you already have a list of dads that are interested to
Yes.
be a part of the organization, right?
Yes, a few. I do different things. I go to events around Newport News and at my kids' schools. And if I see fathers engaged,
Yep.
I go and speak and share what I'm building and see if they want to be a part and help or
Right.
participate.
Will there be any costs associated with joining?
No.
Okay.
No. Right now, no cost for membership or anything down the line, maybe for events
Right.
or classes and stuff. But the dream would be to have sponsorships so that men don't have to pay, because financial struggles are real as
Right.
well.
And then, hopefully you wouldn't have the financial struggles if you can fully understand what you need to do when it comes to parenting and, have the best advice for life skills free right there. I think that is a really wonderful option. Is this for dads I know that you are in Newport News and you do have a Newport News focus, but is this really for dads across Hampton Roads to join?
100%. I would love, and the goal is to make No Days Off Dads global.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to be a father outside of America.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like for fathers in different parts of the world. How do they have the same struggles? We could probably learn a lot from each other, whether there's similarities or not.
Boy, what an amazing thing it would be to, everyone's parenting life is different, but to hear from a dad in a different country about, hey, this works for me here. And you're like, wait, this nap schedule or this idea to take the kids to an area like this instead of that. I mean, that could really be such a spectacular thing to learn, because we always say so often, you don't know what you don't know.
Man, and thinking outside of the box is
Yes.
a real thing. But like you said, we don't know what we don't know. And as fathers, we come into the situation not knowing
Right.
a lot. And we're here.
Yeah.
We want to learn. We want to participate. We want to be active. We want to be supportive to not only our kids, but to our co-parents.
Absolutely. And we want you to be here. Dads are so important. We have about 30 seconds left. So can you share with the community how they can support your mission?
The website, nodaysoffdads.com. Check us out. Clock in,
Yes.
and reach out.
All right. That sounds great. Joseph Brown of No Days Off Dads. Thank you for taking the time today. You're doing such a wonderful thing to get dads involved and comfortable and know that they have a place that is so important in this world. And I think that you're for sure going to be doing some great things. So Joseph Brown, thank you so much again for
Thank
being
you.
here today. And ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this episode of Parenting Unscripted. Remember, you can watch new episodes of Parenting Unscripted every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us today. You be good.